Hi, my name is Austin Childress. I am the Director of Education for Carabella Coffee here in Newport, Kentucky, and this video is brought to you by Roasty Coffee. Alright, so today we're going to talk brew comparisons. I'm going to walk you through what the difference is between a French press and a pour over. So what we have set up here is a French press actually falls into the category of full immersion brewer. Another full immersion brewer would be the Clever Dripper or the AeroPress. And then pour over actually encompasses things like a Chemex, a V60, a Kalita Wave, all of those would land there. So the main difference, as we've called out, is in a French press or a full immersion, you're allowing all of the coffee and water to sit there together for the duration of the brew. So in this one, you're relying on time in order to extract the flavor from the coffee. And then what you're gonna do at the end, right, is you're just gonna separate that. So in your French press, you've allowed everything to steep. You're gonna push down that wire mesh filter that's gonna separate the grounds from the brewed coffee. And when you pour that out, since you only have a wire metal mesh filter, it's actually gonna allow some of that residual grounds to come through into your cup. So what you can expect to experience from a French press and many full immersion methods is that it's gonna be a little bit heavier bodied, it's gonna be a little fuller, a little bolder often in your cup. So if you like that, that would be the way for you to go, is a French press. You're gonna get a little more out of it. For some people, it can maybe be a little too grimy. Maybe there's a little too much left over in there. It's a little too intense for you. Then that's where you should probably look into a pour over. So in a pour over method, what you're allowing to happen is that you are taking the ground coffee and you're gonna pour water from your kettle over top of it. And then you're gonna allow gravity to do the work for you of pulling the water through the grounds. And as the water makes its way through the grounds, it's actually gonna just take all of the coffee flavor that are in those grounds, but then at the bottom, right, it's all encompassed by this paper filter. So it's actually gonna filter out a lot of the bigger particles that are trying to come into your cup. So what you're gonna get with a pour over method, when you're using a paper filter, it's gonna be a lot cleaner in the cup, maybe lighter in body. You might preserve a little bit more acidity in this in a pour over method versus French press. So it's all about preference between these two. And you might even find that maybe one coffee you like in a French press, you don't like in a pour over, or vice versa. So I would always recommend experimenting, trying coffees out in different brewing methods, and seeing what works for you and what works for that coffee. So happy brewing.